Welcome to the world of Louise Bourgeois, a strange and sometimes scary place. These sculptures create a compelling universe of dreams, desires and bizarre storytelling. And, as the diaries and notebooks that she kept throughout her life record, all her stories are rooted in deeply personal experience.
My childhood has never lost its magic. It's never lost its mystery, and it's never lost its drama. All of my work of the last 50 years, all of my subjects, have found their inspiration in my childhood.
Her childhood should have been idyllic, but her father took her governess as his lover, and the trauma of that family conflict has haunted her ever since. In fact, her art deals with everything that lurks, hidden and slithering, behind the respectable facade of middle-class family life. And this exhibition, covering 7 decades of her work, is full of sexual parts, both male and female.
Everything I loved had the shape of the people around me, the shape of my husband, the shape of the children. So when I wanted to represent something I loved, I obviously represented a little penis.
Those beloved objects are all over the place. They dangle from the ceiling. Breasts are stacked up in mounds like sofa cushions. Nameless but evidently sexual things hide in every installation and protrude in all manner of media: latex, marble, cloth, metal. Sex and betrayal is the secret family trauma to which she returns again and again.
Everything I do is inspired by my early life. On the left, the woman in white is the mistress. She was introduced into the family as a teacher, but she slept with my father and stayed for 10 years. For too many years, I had been frustrated in my terrific desire to twist the neck of this person. Every day, you have to abandon your past or accept it. And then, if you cannot accept it, you become a sculptor.
Louise Bourgeois was born in Paris on Christmas Day 1911. The family ran an antique and tapestry repair business, echoes of which recur in her sculptures. Textile fragments and pieces of furniture recall that family business. Draped and trapped in metal cages, they are fragments of her life. Bourgeois has lived and worked in New York since 1938, raising her own family and struggling to make her art. But it was only in her later years that she really began to develop her own distinctive idiom and reach a wider public. Dating from the 80s onwards, these claustrophobic installations that she calls cells explore trauma and anxiety. They are psychological spaces full of incident and memory.
I love claustrophobic spaces. At least you know your limits. A lot of people cannot sublimate. They have no access to their unconscious. There is something very special in being able to sublimate, and something very painful in the access to it. But there is no escape, and no escape from access once it is given to you, once you're favored with it, whether you want it or not.
Bourgeois' work is so personal, so visceral and intuitive about the experience of women that many feminists have claimed her as their own. Not that she would necessarily agree.
The feminist took me as a role model, as a mother. It bothers me. I'm not interested in being a mother. I'm still a girl trying to understand myself.
There's plenty here for the visitor to decode. It's that journey beneath the surface of consciousness that makes her work so engaging. Laid out in this retrospective is one of the most powerful bodies of work in late 20th century art. Perhaps the image that best sums up her preoccupations is the giant spider, at once maternal and menacing, forever weaving a web that can envelop or enchant. Just like her art. Martin Gayford, Bloomberg News.